I'm going to tell people, I found life in its fullness and in its grace. Yesterday was the second day of a track meet at Oakland, and the weather was absolutely miserable. We had 2 hours of downpour. It just unleashed. And then we had 2 hours of freezing weather. In less than 90 minutes, the temperature dropped almost 20 degrees. And so we were soaked and frozen. And if you want all sorts of excuses as to why I should have been troubled, there you have the first two big ones. But in the day, on 4 specific occasions, different people came to me, and we had an interaction that was life-giving. We had an interaction where, and at least 2 of the 4 I know are believers, and they came and there was a touch. There was a connection. And so when I look at yesterday and I say, okay, what was it? Well, I had 4 encounters with Jesus in a profound way that the rain and the cold did not overcome. And so you share that good news. You become the vehicle by which those who don't know have the opportunity to hear. It begins with your seeking. What do you want? Oh, I am quite troubled. I am quite happy to be miserable. I'm quite happy to sit where I am and complain. I am quite happy to be overwhelmed with fear and doubt, and I'll medicate myself with all sorts of addictions and all sorts of terrible things, because I'm going to stay where I am. But if we seek the gift of God's love, if we say, I have heard that there's a way out of my misery, and it's Jesus. If I seek and say, I'm going to find this for myself, I'm going to go to Jesus, and I'm going to talk with him, and I'm going to walk with him, and I'm going to listen to him. If I seek Jesus, and then I'm going to share. Because if it is so valuable, why would I hold it to myself? If it is so wonderful, why would I hide it? I'm going to share it with anybody who will listen. And I have used this illustration more times than you can count. You ever met a new grandparent who didn't pull out pictures? And okay, in the old days it was literally, Polaroids. Now it's pick up my phone or my iPad or something. Have you ever met one who, my first grandchild, but I don't have any pictures? Right. Why? Because they're overjoyed with what drives that, and do you want to see the picture? I don't care what the baby looks like. They're all fat and round, and they have 2 eyes and a nose. No, this is my grandchild, and I want you to know it. Jesus, good news? Seriously? Good news? Yeah. Then I'll tell everybody, hey, you ought to know my friend. You ought to see what he does. You ought to understand the power of sharing life with him. And I can't help but tell you. And it doesn't have to be a sermon. It doesn't have to be anything that's out of the ordinary. It is living life in the reality of the shalom that Jesus gives to those who seek him. You got trouble? Jesus is your answer. And the key is in your hands to seek him.